when you do give some kind of space like this to kids, you do give them some opportunities with great equipment, that it will change everything. It was very miraculous. Successes is also measured in partnerships that have taken our work and put it into their own. So Higher Education Channel here in St. Louis looks at education in St. Louis, and we've been featured like 2 times with them, and that's amazing that our kids were able to get into a different kind of level of publication other than just our schools. And I think that's really important to say. We did all these messages about race, and it didn't just sit here, it went out national. We have an amazing story. We really do. We've had KRHS radio station 90.1 FM since, well, we're almost in our 40th year. And the teacher who taught that class was the only person. And at the time, they wanted to make sure they had other teachers who knew how to teach that course. I slipped into the job, and it was great because I was just becoming a mother. You know, for theater for me, I was very intensive, so I could really be a parent and not have to do so much after school. Mike Brown was shot by Darren Wilson, and there was a lot of controversy over that situation as far as what happened, how it happened, and it brought up a lot for a lot of people about some of the injustice that was going on in our town with some of the police dealing with some issues. Like I said, this was our 2nd year with our space. Things had gotten really hot and heated in our city. There was a lot of people who wanted to help, they didn't know how. The indictment failed to come down, and we had a lot of rioting, and we had a lot of days of real panic. I think people really decided we needed to do something for not just for adults in the city, but for our kids. As Education Plus, they came up with an idea to have summits and where we brought a lot of different students from a lot of different schools to the table so we can talk about race, so we talk about what's going on in our city and how to really deal with this. We, as KRHS from Ritenour, was chosen to really be the videographers, the storytellers of what had happened then with those kids. And it was amazing to have these voices with such an important time in our St. Louis history, not alone the national history. And I think it gave our kids, specifically in our class, an opportunity to be involved without being out on a front line, because that's what it was, protesting, but to actually go out and be able to tell people's story with the gift that we give them here in this classroom. It was just the growth of more opportunities. I think that was really great about what happened with Gateway to Change. We got to make contacts, my kids, not even just myself, with new people who are in the industry or who were movers and shakers in St. Louis. I mean, that was amazing, the networking that was going on for everybody. And it just kept growing and growing. And so we've really gathered ourselves with some really great partners that came out of that. We work with Intercollegiate Broadcast Systems that has a radio contest in New York City, and we submit to them, and we're up for like one of the best radio high schools in the nation. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that we want to give to our kids to feel good about themselves, and because they are doing good work. We compete in Journalism Education Association's national program. We have Missouri Interstate Press Association. So we do a lot of those different things just to understand that we are doing really great work and for us to be successful. And we've done well. We've gotten awards across the board. So those things I think have been really successes. I want my kids to win awards. That's me winning. When they win, I'm winning. I was asked to put in for some stuff this year, and that's fine. But I did it because somebody who's a great mentor to me asked me to do it, but I would never really want to win those awards. And I know they're important to say, you're a great teacher, and so therefore you win this award, but I'm a great teacher when my kids are winning. That to me is what's most important.